Toyota is developing a new engine that it claims will change the entire automobile industry. We are working with governments to create infrastructure and pursuing emissions-free technologies, says the company. While the whole world is blindly racing toward electric vehicles, there's one company quietly moving in a different direction, and that company is Toyota. While other automakers have accepted electric vehicles as the only future, Toyota has done something no one expected. Their engineers have created an engine that is shaking the foundation of the electric vehicle market. This raises a big question. Has Toyota discovered a truth that other companies missed? Is this move just technical stubbornness, or is there a bold vision behind it? Let's explore the strategy that's bringing a surprising twist to the electric vehicle race, and you might be shocked by what you learn. But before we dive into the details, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more updates on cutting-edge technology. Today, companies like Tesla, BYD, and many other leading manufacturers view electric vehicles as the future and are rapidly investing in that direction. Governments are also encouraging this shift by providing subsidies and implementing electric vehicle-friendly policies. However, the truth is that the world is not yet fully prepared to adopt EVs on a global scale. The biggest challenge is charging infrastructure. Even now, many cities and especially rural areas lack enough charging stations. Moreover, the materials used in EV batteries such as lithium and cobalt are rare and expensive, and their mining raises serious concerns about environmental impact and human rights. Beyond that, the availability of electricity and the capacity of existing power grids are also in question. If millions of people start charging EVs at the same time, the current energy system could face major stress or even collapse. Furthermore, EVs remain limited when it comes to long-distance travel, heavy cargo transport, and functioning in very cold regions. The reality is that EVs are certainly part of the future, but they are not a one-size-fits-all solution, especially not yet. Toyota has recognized this. While brands like Ford, Volkswagen, and Mercedes are racing to abandon gas-powered cars and go fully electric, Toyota is taking a different approach. They're hitting the brakes and saying, "Hold on, let's think this through." Why does Toyota believe the world isn't ready to go all in on EVs? They're concerned that pushing too fast could backfire, leaving many people without affordable or practical transportation options. Instead of following the EV hype like Tesla or Rivian, Toyota is carving its own path, one that acknowledges electric cars aren't the only solution. And don't get it twisted, Toyota isn't afraid of innovation. Remember, they brought us the Prius back in 1997, the first mainstream hybrid car. It was a game changer. The Prius combined gas and electric power and paved the way for cleaner vehicles long before EVs became popular. Toyota has been innovating for decades, just not always in ways people expect. So why is Toyota resisting the EV wave? Some critics claim they're simply trying to protect their business. Others believe Toyota sees something others don't. The company is betting on a combination of hybrids and hydrogen power instead of going fully electric. They believe this diversified strategy makes cars more practical and affordable, especially in places where charging infrastructure and battery technology aren't yet viable. Back in 2021, Toyota made a bold move that sparked global conversation. At the COP26 Climate Summit, automakers were invited to pledge to stop selling gas-powered cars by 2040. Most major players signed the pledge. Toyota, however, declined. Instead of committing entirely to EVs, they promised to continue developing electric vehicles, but also to invest in hybrids and hydrogen-powered cars. They weren't ready to bet everything on EVs alone. This decision caused controversy. Critics asked, "Toyota, what happened? You gave us the Prius, the hybrid superstar, and now you're slowing down on EVs." Some accused Toyota of holding back progress. But Toyota stood firm, and honestly, they had some valid points. Their main argument was that the world just isn't ready for full-scale electric vehicle adoption. Rushing into it could actually create more problems than it solves. While countries like the United States, especially California, The European Union, Canada, and Australia are introducing laws to ban new gas cars by the year 2035. Toyota is kind of waving a caution flag. Sure, these policies sound great for the environment, but, they do come with challenges. Not every country is really equipped for a complete electric vehicle transition. Toyota sells cars in over 200 countries, and a lot of them just don't have enough charging stations, stable electricity, or even the financial means to support an EV ecosystem. Imagine driving an electric vehicle in a region with no chargers or unreliable power. It's honestly a recipe for frustration. So, Toyota's message is actually pretty clear. Let's not leave millions of drivers stranded by, forcing EVs before the world is really ready for them. They're not just in the business of selling cars. They're also trying to make sure people can still get around, especially in places where power grids are fragile or where gasoline is still more accessible than electricity. Honestly, going all electric might sound like the future, but in a lot of areas, it's just not practical, at least not yet. Now, Toyota's alternative strategy puts a strong focus on hydrogen technology. Hydrogen engines, well, they emit only water vapor, so they're truly zero emission. And Toyota's Mirai, which is a hydrogen fuel cell vehicle, is actually already out there on the roads in select markets. Sure, hydrogen infrastructure is even scarcer than EV charging stations right now, but Toyota argues that hydrogen could be just ideal for commercial vehicles, buses, and industries where, rapid refueling and long range are absolutely critical. Critics argue that Toyota's hesitation risks ceding the electric vehicle market to rivals. Yet, Toyota insists it's playing the long game. As Chief Scientist Gil Pratt puts it, our goal isn't to be first, but to be right for all customers. They've pledged $70 billion toward electrification, including electric vehicles, but they refuse to abandon other pathways. In regions like Africa, Southeast Asia, and South America, where electricity access remains, pretty unreliable, Toyota's hybrids and hydrogen bets could actually become lifelines. The auto industry's divide just keeps deepening. One side sees Toyota as a pragmatic realist, while the other sees them as a laggard clinging to the past. But as climate deadlines loom, Toyota's multi-path approach forces a vital question. Should the future be electric only or electric and? The answer, Toyota asserts, must include everyone, not just the privileged few with reliable chargers.